I'm Bill Burr. Join us tonight for the Lowcountry's only local 630 news.
Live in the Lowcountry, this is Fox 24 News at 6:30.
And we're fully aware of vaccine hesitancy, unfortunately, not just for this vaccine, but for all other vaccines. And we really understand why people raise these questions, and we want to make sure that people are well informed so that we can avoid any myths that create any barriers to people taking full advantage of being protected from this vaccine, or being protected actually by the vaccine.
First tonight on Fox 24 News at 6:30, state health officials are advising South Carolinians to stay vigilant. Today, DHEC officials gave an update on distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine in the state. They say the initial supply of the vaccine will be limited to frontline workers and the most vulnerable. DHEC says they're hopeful to have more vaccines available for later phases when more information from the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices comes out. But until then, health officials continue to remind people to take the main precautions of wearing a mask and social distancing. DHEC's update comes as state health officials report a percent positive rate of 23.8%. That's the highest single-day rate where no database or limited testing issues were involved. And look at this. You can see the trend from Sunday to today, a general rise through the week. Thousands of rapid COVID tests are coming to Charleston County schools. A spokesperson says they picked up the tests today. The question now, will other Lowcountry school districts do the same? Fox 24's Brodie Hart joins us now with more. And Brodie, when will those tests be in Charleston County schools?
Well, Bill, the goal is for those rapid COVID tests to be in every CCSD school by the end of next week. Now, officials say there'll be enough for each school to have up to 10% of students and staff to have access to those. I want you to look at your screen now. These are photos provided by the State Department of Education. They show boxes of rapid tests. Those are on the back of trucks there. CCSD officials say students with COVID symptoms, they will take a rapid test only after, though, parents give consent. School nurses will administer those results. Should come back within just 15 minutes. Now, if it is positive, officials say that is when contact tracing will begin. Students or staff who test positive, of course, will isolate for 10 days.
To have those rapid tests available to the schools is one more step in ensuring that we'll have the children in school 5 days a week.
Now, as Brodie was reporting, state education officials say at least 30 South Carolina school districts have rapid COVID tests as of today. One that doesn't is Berkeley County. Berkeley County school officials say they haven't made a decision about COVID testing. DD2 also hasn't picked up rapid tests. Officials didn't indicate when that would happen. Coming up tonight on the news at 10, how involved the state education department was in getting rapid tests to schools and why they and school districts were both caught off guard. Schools in Georgetown won't be rolling out COVID-19 testing. The school district's COVID-19 team reviewed the testing plan with nurses. District officials say they still don't have enough consent forms for testing. They believe the area has enough local venues where students and staff can be tested.
We're fortunate in Georgetown County that we have a lot of community resources in the medical community for testing. So far it hasn't been a problem for us. If somebody goes to the nurse and is symptomatic, that we can arrange for them to get tested somewhere fairly quickly.
Alan Walters tells us the decision by the district isn't permanent. He says school leaders simply want to learn more about the process before committing to it.
And it was milder today. We actually made it up into the lower 60s, so much closer to average than we had been so far this week. And actually, we've had the clouds drifting in this afternoon, and that's going to help to keep us much milder than we've been the past several nights as well. So let's see where we're at right now. Temperature-wise, 53 in Charleston, 50 in Summerville, same thing in Walterboro, 46 in Moncks Corner. And then 57 down in Beaufort, so that is certainly the mild spot. Look at those clouds, and they'll continue to thicken up tonight. Again, that's going to serve as a blanket, and that's going to help to keep those temperatures much warmer. By the way, last night we made it down to 29. Tonight we're going to stay in the 40s. So here's kind of a look at that evening forecast. So 7 o'clock will already be down into the lower 50s, but with those clouds hanging around, temperatures just not going to drop much. 49 by 9 o'clock, 48 by 11 o'clock, but you do need to dust off those umbrellas. We do have some rain chances in the forecast. We'll give you a timeline of that coming up, Bill.
Sonya, thank you. Now to new details about the body found on Sproul Avenue in North Charleston on Tuesday night. We got our hands on newly released court documents. They describe a love triangle that ended in murder. Jennifer Grant was killed. Police say she and Curtis Smith were in a relationship. Detectives were told Smith decided to go back to his wife. Court documents show there was a fight, and that's when officials say Smith stabbed and killed Grant. Not only that, they say he buried her in his backyard. The story doesn't stop there. Officials say Smith's wife, Angeline, helped to pull Grant from the ground. Records show she admitted helping put Grant's body in a recycling bin and dumping the woman at nearby railroad tracks. Angeline Smith received a $50,000 surety bond on Wednesday. Curtis Smith waived his right to appear.
The contraband cell phone issue in the prisons is a real serious issue.
A state grand jury indicts more than 24 people in connection to the deadly riots at Lee Correctional Institution in 2018. Attorney General Alan Wilson says the indictments allege multiple conspiracies and violent acts. Fox 24's Ann Emerson covered the riots more than 2 years ago. She joins us now with the latest developments. Ann?
Well, 29 people have been charged with multiple conspiracies and violent acts. Now, the man began on the night of April 15, 2018 in 3 separate dorms of Lee Correctional Institution in Bishopville. Officials say the riot involved members of feuding gangs who conspired to engage in violence against other inmates. Attorney General Alan Wilson said the violence was coordinated using contraband cell phones inside the maximum security prison. That night, 7 inmates were killed and numerous others were hurt.
1,300 maximum security inmates in that prison at that time. These are people who, when they go to prison, they don't become angels. They're given the opportunity to become angels, to become productive members of society, but they don't just automatically start off that way. So they're in there, they already have a predisposition to engage in this type of illicit conduct, and they do so, but then now they have more to lose. And
well, the inmates are also indicted for other serious crimes, including murder, conspiracy, and assault and battery by mob. The murder convictions carry a sentence of 30 years in prison to the death penalty, and officials alluded that there could be more indictments possible. Ann Emerson, Fox 24 News.
Happening this weekend in Moncks Corner, local organizations are joining forces to host a Festival of Hope event. The Give Back will connect Berkeley County families in need with essential resources, including food, diapers, and baby clothes. The Festival of Hope will run from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. this Saturday. It'll take place at the Hope Impact Center in Moncks Corner. Because of the pandemic, the event will be drive-through only. In this season of giving, a USC athlete is trying to make a difference. Brittany shows us how a football player brought people together to put a smile on children's faces.
With the help of other student athletes, one Gamecock football player is putting together care packages for children in the hospital.
Spencer Ethan Riddle is a linebacker for the Gamecocks, but he's recovering from an injury.
It was the Auburn game, about the third quarter. I tore my ACL, my right one. I tore my left one last year against A&M.
About a year and a half ago, he created a program called Sandstorm Buddies.
Bringing student athletes from University of South Carolina to the hospital and being able to visit kids and being able to develop relationships that way. And because of the coronavirus, we have not been able to do that a whole lot this year.
So he wanted another way to bring joy to these kids. He enlisted the help of other student athletes on campus to make Christmas care packages.
I asked all of them, I need some help making cards. I just wanted 60, but I ended up getting tremendous feedback and 280 cards were made total.
Each package is filled with a variety of things.
Stickers, coloring books, inspirational notepads. We even got a few scarves for some of the older girls.
And he's just glad everyone came together to make this happen.
It was really cool to see that and to see the amount of effort and, diligent work that they put into making these cards. So.
Those care packages will be delivered to Prisma Hospital on December 6th. Reporting in Columbia, Brittany, Watch Fox News, Local First.
There's much more to come on Fox 24 News at 6:30. More coronavirus relief could be on the way, finally. Why there's optimism from Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill. Plus, they're part of the fabric of the Carolina coast. The project underway to make sure recycled oyster shells are clean.
December and January and February are going to be rough times. I actually believe they're going to be the most difficult time in the public health history of this nation.
A grim warning from the CDC tonight. Health officials are advising people to stay home over the holidays. It comes as hospitalizations hit a record high across the nation. CDC officials say COVID fatalities may be lagging, but they're still on the rise. Tonight on Capitol Hill, momentum is building for additional coronavirus relief. Fox's Ray Bogan has the latest on where talks stand.
We will not leave Washington until we get this done.
Determination.
We are gaining momentum as we speak.
And optimism.
We can do this.
That's what members of Congress are feeling about more coronavirus relief. President Trump also says he'll support Congress's efforts.
I want it to happen, and I believe that they're getting very close to a deal.
So here's where we stand on actually getting it across the finish line. Rank-and-file lawmakers from both parties and both chambers support a $908 billion package proposed this week. It includes $180 billion for additional unemployment benefits, $288 billion for small businesses, including the Paycheck Protection Program, and $25 billion for rental housing assistance. The top two Democrats on Capitol Hill support it as a framework for negotiations.
Economists are now warning that the U.S. economy could fall into double-dip recession without additional relief from Congress.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell introduced his own package that costs less but does not fund as many programs. He's unwilling to support larger bills, but is willing to pass standalone bills for programs that are universally agreed upon.
Why should these impactful and non-controversial life preservers be delayed 1 second longer?
While there is a lot of work to be done, progress is being made. Speaker Pelosi and Leader McConnell spoke for the first time today since before the election. Ray Bogan, Fox News.
Dr. Anthony Fauci met virtually with President-elect Joe Biden's transition team today. They talked about the pandemic and future steps. There's no word what official role Fauci may have with the administration. Later, we'll take a dive into the continued race for a vaccine, find out when the earliest doses could be sent out in the U.S.
Now to a Weather Authority update on Fox 24 News at 6:30.
Well, we've been kind of gradually warming up the past couple of days. So today was warmer overall than yesterday, but we were still down at 29 this morning. The official high, let me check here, 63 degrees. All right, it is going to be a mild Friday. In fact, it looks to be the warmest day this week. We do have some showers headed our way, so we'll time out those raindrops for you. And then we're going to be trending a little bit cooler heading into the weekend and even early next week. So let's kind of break down those rain chances for you. So tomorrow we'll have a 30% chance. What does that mean? An isolated shower possible here or there. That rain chance up on Saturday to 50%. Again, we still haven't timed it out for you. Don't worry. It's not going to be a washout this weekend. In fact, we have no rain in the forecast on Sunday, and then another offshore system on Monday will bring us a slight rain chance, and then we're dry again on Tuesday. So looking ahead to the weekend, like I said, we'll warm up and then we'll start trending a little bit cooler once again. But it's still pretty mild when we're talking low to mid 60s for early December. A little bit warmer on Saturday. We are going to have some showers, and then we're drying out nicely as we head through the second half of the weekend. As far as what we're seeing right now, 53, and those clouds have slowly been drifting in since this afternoon. And as those clouds thicken up, again, that's going to help to keep us much milder than we were last night. I think we're going to be somewhere in the ballpark of about 20 degrees warmer. And again, the fact that dew point's at 43, it will continue to creep up a little bit. And that's, again, where we can head toward. But that's if we have clear skies and calm winds, and we've got those clouds overhead tonight. Okay, we're at 53. They're at 57 in Beaufort, but most of the state has already fallen into the 40s. Compared to this time yesterday, though, look at how much warmer we are along the coast. 9 degrees warmer. The rest of the state, not quite as warm, but at least they're warmer in comparison. And we are seeing those clouds thicken up, as I said, but still no rain across the area. In fact, we'll continue to stay dry tonight. You can see that rain off to the west. So as that storm system heads our way, that's why we're talking rain chances in the forecast for tomorrow and the first half of the weekend. So we'll time everything out for you. Here comes that warm front. And as it heads our way, clouds will be hanging around. But as far as seeing any rain chances very low as we head through tomorrow morning. If we do see a shower, chances are that would be later in the day, but especially as we head toward tomorrow night. So the warm front moves through again. That typically brings a small rain chance, more clouds. That will help our temperatures to be warmer. But most of the rain is much closer to the low and then the cold front. So notice as we head toward 11 o'clock midnight, that's when we start to see some of those showers moving in. And notice they should clear out. It looks like even before sunrise, so before most people are even up on Saturday. So hopefully that timing will hang around because it really won't impact anybody Friday night or Saturday morning unless you're out late or very early. And then that cold front slides off the coast. We'll see those clouds clearing and then high pressure builds in. And that's going to keep things quiet as we head to the second half of the weekend. So tonight, increasing clouds much milder, a low of 46. And then for tomorrow, 73, mostly cloudy, a shower possible late, but like I said, most of the rain is going to come in late tomorrow night into early Saturday, and then will dry out nicely for the rest of the weekend. Small rain chance Monday, temperatures trending a little bit cooler as we head toward the middle of the week. Bill?
Oysters connect the Lowcountry from social circles all the way to ecological health. That's why the Department of Natural Resources and its allies, like Charleston Waterkeeper, are still busy working on an important recycling program. DNR collects empty shells from events like oyster roasts or by working with local restaurants. The remains are cleaned out of any debris and bacteria buildup. The goal is to keep a cycle of life going.
They learn about our program, they learn about the businesses and the restaurants that are associated with our program, and then can go out and support those local businesses, restaurants, caterers.
Coming up tonight at 10, hear directly from one of the area's top oyster sellers on how the SCORE program is a win for everyone. Still ahead on Fox 24 News at 6:30, Dr. Anthony Fauci is glamming it up for a top magazine. Why the top infectious disease doctor is being recognized. Plus, we're blowing up cars. Why? Because it's 2020. We'll explain when we come back.
Coming up tonight on Fox 24 News Now at 11, local hospitality workers struggling to make ends meet. How we can all help feed the need this holiday. A major donation altering the course for one local animal shelter. And our pet of the week is Murphy. Help us find him a home. That's tonight on Fox 24 News Now at 11.
John Bruce and Leah Uko, weekday mornings on Fox 24 Morning News.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is making headlines tonight. He's become a household name this year, and now he's become one of People Magazine's People of the Year. The magazine says it chose the top infectious disease expert because of his guidance through the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Fauci is included with others like George Clooney, Regina King, and Selena Gomez for People's End of the Year edition. The Sundance Film Festival is going virtual and national. The 2021 edition will feature virtual premieres and Q&A sessions for 70-plus films. There will also be screenings at drive-ins, art house theaters, and other venues in cities across the country. The physically distanced Film Fest is scheduled to begin January 28th. Ben & Jerry's may have the best snack for virtual binging. The ice cream company teamed up with Netflix again to bring you a new flavor called Punchline. It's a mixture of brown butter bourbon and almond ice creams, roasted almonds and cherries. The new flavor is now available in stores. Finally, tonight, a UK scrapyard is giving people a chance to take out their 2020 frustrations. They can now blow up a car. It's called the Rage Yard. It offers participants a chance to shoot, blow up, and otherwise destroy cars destined for the scrap heap. There's even a tank for those who are really fed up. The scrapyard's owner says the car-crunching chaos offers much-needed therapy in what's been a very frustrating year. Okay, let's check that Fox forecast here one more time with meteorologist Sonya Stevens. Sonya.
And Bill, we're going to be much milder tonight. We're only going to make it down into the middle and upper 40s. And then tomorrow, probably our warmest day this week. We'll make it up into the lower 70s, but we are going to see a small rain chance. Best rain chances coming very late Friday night into early Saturday morning. And then a pretty nice rest of the weekend, trending just a little bit cooler as we head toward early next week.
The weekend is almost here, Sonya. Thank you. And that's going to do it for us here on Fox 24 News at 6:30. As always, thanks for watching. Of course, we'll see you back here again tonight for the news at 10. We'll see you soon.
Get your morning commute traffic updates on Fox 24 Morning News.
Coming up Friday on Fox 24 News Now, get into the holiday spirits. That's Friday on Fox 24 News Now at 12:30 and 11 p.m.